Welcome to Management 1125, also known as Business Ethics. I am your instructor, Natasha Foreman Bryant, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you over the next 17 weeks. As you know, this is an online class, so we won't meet in person on campus. All of our interaction will be online through our Blackboard learning system, and I wanted to make sure that I could give you a live, in a sense, face and voice so that you can connect with me on another level. Hopefully you've all logged into Blackboard. You've checked in using the student check-in app that I've provided in there. You've gone to the course information link so that you can see and review the syllabus, um, information about the course textbook, read my bio. There's also information in there about how to tips about doing well in online courses, and there's some other very relevant information. There will be an upload available shortly that will allow you to see the course outline, where you can track and see where we're going over the next 17 weeks, so you can always stay on top of deliverables and deadlines. Something else, when you click on the link for lessons, there are a few folders within that space. There are a folder for weekly discussions, quizzes and exams, assignments, and there will be my video lectures that will be uploaded in there. And with those lectures, I am covering the 12 chapters of our textbook. And that way it gives you the feel as though you're meeting with me in person on campus versus just reading a textbook yourself and trying to understand the concepts. I will actually spend the time to break these concepts down and make them more concrete and tangible. Something else, the weekly discussions every week, unless I state otherwise, there is going to be a weekly discussion that's posted in there. You're required to respond to the topic or the question and then reply to two other classmates within a given period of time. This gives us the simulated feel of having dialogue face-to-face on campus. So you'll have that. The discussions range in points spread between 15 and 35 points. You'll know in advance. You'll see both on the outline, but also in each form, it'll state how many points the discussion is worth. Quiz and exams are done online through Blackboard. Quizzes are always 10 questions worth 20 points total. Exams, if they're regular just exams, those are worth, there's 20 questions worth 40 points, and then the midterm exam and the final exam have 50 questions and they're worth 100 points each, so that you know in advance. No exam or quiz is taken on campus. Everything is done online through Blackboard. Something else to point out is that I will post announcements throughout the week. You'll receive those announcements via email. In addition to, you can see them directly in Blackboard. I also email students information, whether it has something to do specifically with an assignment, or if I'm emailing you about your progress in the class. I have certain notifications that let me know if students haven't been logging in on a regular basis, and reminding you that logging in is how your attendance and how your participation is tracked in the course room. So logging in once a week is not sufficient. So it'll let me know if you're not logging in. It'll let me know your activity level. If you're not turning in assignments, quizzes, and if you're not turning them in on time, it keeps track of you in the system. And so you'll also get notifications from me that way. Something else that is important, when you go into Blackboard, I want to make sure that you click on the virtual office link. There I've created these mini course rooms where each week there's a study session, which allows you to create one-on-one study time with another classmate, create study groups. You can send out a link to the rest of the class and say, hey guys, is everyone up for a study session at 7 o'clock on Thursday evening or at noon on Saturday, or whatever you choose to do. And that allows you to virtually connect with each other that way. You can upload videos, links, articles, graphs, whatever you need in order to study for exams, quizzes, if you have questions about assignments, whatever. There's 3 mini rooms that are created for preparing for the midterm exam. Those rooms are offered for 3 weeks before the exam. So it gives you that it gives you that space in order to prepare. There are 3 rooms that are designated for the final exam. And so for 3 weeks leading up to the final, you have study rooms set up for that purpose. And then you will also see that there are rooms that are designated for interactions with me. So we will have a pre-scheduled meeting time where it will be live, so it won't be pre-recorded like this. It will be live, and it'll allow you to ask me any questions about my video lectures, about assignments, the weekly discussions, or whatever questions you have. And within that time frame, you get to engage with me. You have 2 options to engage using the web, or you can actually call in to the line, and it'll allow you to interact with me that way. And so that will give you, once again, the simulated feel as though we're on campus face-to-face. So you'll have that option as well. So make sure that you check out that space. There's also a link in there for providing educational and career resources. So if you hear about a job fair or a job posting, or you hear about a scholarship or educational grant, or whatever, you can share that information in that room as well. Last thing, making sure that you stay on top of your grades and when assignments are due. We have the course calendar that's in Blackboard. You can use a paper calendar. You can use a calendar that's on your cell phone or your tablet, making sure that you stay on top of things. If you know that you're a procrastinator, it's best to get ahead of the week. So if you know that we're going into week 2, maybe you need to go ahead and, start reading week 2's chapter or week 3's chapter versus waiting until the week starts and then you're trying to get into it. So making sure that you do that. As far as our assignments are concerned, we're using a combination of the case studies that are in the textbook. We're also using some real-world articles and events that are taking place to bring in some ethical considerations that's happening in real time around us. So we're going to be using a combination of those things. It does not require that you are an expert writer, but it does require that you put thought into what you're writing. And so that's what I really grade upon. I am a stickler for spelling, grammar, and punctuation errors. I think the fact that the vast majority of us have Microsoft Word and you can do a spell check, grammar check, I think is really important. I'm also a stickler about plagiarism. And for me, if you copy all or most of another person's work and you submit it as your own, it's plagiarism, which is cheating. So I'm a big stickler about that. I put all assignments into the SafeAssign plagiarism check system, and if your assignment comes back and it's clear that you have not properly cited other writers' work, I'll send it back to you and give you one chance to redo the assignment. If after that point you just receive an F for the assignment. So I'm just going to be very clear with that. I don't play with plagiarism. I will provide in the course room links and information and resources on how to properly cite work and how to submit all written assignments. You have 2 options. You can submit your assignments using MLA format or APA format, and I provide that information to you as well. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. I will create some other videos to deal specifically with certain topics and issues. But with that, make sure that you are fully exploring Blackboard. If you haven't purchased your textbook, hurry up and get it. Let me know. I put a survey in the course room. I need to see where everyone stands so that we're all in this race tracking together and we don't have anyone straggling behind. So if you have any questions, you know how to reach me via email, and of course you can post in the course room and I'll respond that way. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to the next 17 weeks with all of you.